So I would like to introduce the device to you all. Did you know that India alone accounts for 1/4 of the worldwide burden of cervical cancer? It is also leading cause of cancer mortality and accounting for 17% of all cancer deaths among women. Today's event is a small celebration of the significant and revolutionary steps taken by Dr. Anupama Bhute and her team in an effort to reduce the burden of cervical cancer. Creativity is the process that gives life to a new product. Ladies and gentlemen, let us introduce to you the creative team behind Cindy Colpo.
Dr. Anupama Bhute Anand, consultant gynecologist at Nelson Mother and Child Hospital, has been the driving force behind this device. Technology is best when it brings people together. The creative idea needed a technical platform, and this was provided by Mr. Manish Karandikar, Director of Embedded Creations, and Dr. Amol Kadu, Directed K Innovations, whose technical expertise helped to troubleshoot and improvise to ensure the successful delivery of this wonderful device. I would also like to share with all of you that for her dedication towards cancer prevention, Dr. Anupama was also conferred with the NOGS PK Gold Medal for her work in preventive oncology in the year 2020-21. I would now like to invite her to share with us her journey of creativity, perseverance, and hard work, and I'm sure also some frustrations that led to the development of Cindy Colpo. Dr. Anupama Bhute Anand.
Thank you all. A very good morning and happy Independence Day to you all. Respected Sagar Meghe sir, Dr. Ved Prakash Mishra sir, Dr. Bhim Raya Metri sir, Bhute madam, Dev Pujari sir, Radha madam, Alka madam, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I'm truly humbled and blessed with your presence that you are sharing with me today, my joy, my dedication to my mother. Sarvatirthamayi Mata. Sarvatirthamayi Mata. Sarvadevamayaha Pita. Mataram Pitaram Tasmat. Sarva Yatnena Pujayet. Mother is the object of devotion. Father is a combination of all deities. Hence, it is a duty to serve both of them and to revere them all their efforts. My source of inspiration, my mother. I've literally born and brought up in a hospital campus, and I have witnessed her dedicating her life to upliftment of women's health. I have witnessed the way she has worked day in and day out with minimal available resources and helping the underprivileged women, and later on joining the Rural Medical College Savangi and working over there for the rural women. I have also witnessed the difficulties that she faced in convincing women to come and screen, follow-up and treatment when the patients were in a very early stage. But unfortunately, they always landed up late and in advanced stages of cancer. When I entered the profession, the same scenario continued, and there was a rise in incidence of female genital tract cancers. And as of today, cervical cancer is the second most common cancer among the Indian women, and they constitute the largest burden of cervical cancer patients in the entire world. What is bothersome is that this cancer is preventable, and that there are various ways and means to prevent this cancer. But unfortunately, the vaccines which are available, they are costly, still not acceptable by the society for vaccinating their girls or women for cervical cancer. Maybe contribute it to the price or some other taboos. Still, vaccination is not acceptable. Pap smear is not very sensitive and specific. It requires a certain infrastructure. A very simple technique, VIA, it is observer dependent and thus has a lot of subjective errors. Now, these two, HPV DNA and colposcopy, these are very highly sensitive and specific. And they need a very high-end infrastructure, and they need a good clinical expertise as well as a good laboratory expertise. So this is beyond the reach of many, especially in the urban, in certain parts of urban India and most of the rural India. I would say 90% of rural India is still not able to undergo HPV DNA and colposcopy. WHO has introduced VIA and VILI as the and see and treat approach as one of the best approach for diagnosis and management of cervical cancer. But then due to observer dependency and due to subjective errors, it is not able to curb the cervical cancer menace. Colposcopy and guided biopsy, a gold standard technique, but the problem with colposcope is it is expensive, it is bulky, needs constant electricity supply. It needs expertise with specialized training even for a gynecologist, and it is not suitable for mass screening. In my clinical practice, I conducted many camps along with Nelson and along with various other NGOs, the free cervical camps, and the CM relief camps and whatnot. But I experienced that people would never turn up for after pap smear, and they would never turn up for follow-up wherever colposcopy was required. And I felt that we need a device that should reach the masses. I felt that there should be something that should screen then itself and show to the woman that what she is suffering through and convince her somehow that we need to treat her. I felt that there is a need to train our auxiliary nurse midwives and rural doctors and train them in the see and treat approach through some certain device which would be helpful for them. So I kept on reading various articles for any portable device available, and Google Baba kept on suggesting me this gynocular or Eva Colpo. But then nanotechnology, it comes with a price. Portability also comes with a price. And then 7 years back, my tryst started with experiments. I had 10 mm telescopes, I had Telecam DX2, and I had patients and cervix and the cusco-speculum. So whenever Bhute madam used to go to Savangi on Fridays and Saturdays, my OT became my research cell, and I started experimenting. क्योंकि बच्चा शैतानी कभी माँ के सामने नहीं करता है. So I started experimenting. I started working on the focal length. I started working on the illumination of the cervix and how whether we can make any small telescope which would capture good quality images, and it would be a handy one. So here my experiment started, but then I broke 2 telescopes. This was really a costly affair for me. Later on, I resorted to my mobile handset, which was a cheaper option. I tried attaching the lens attachments to it. I worked on the image clarity, but somehow the room light or the external light interference was not giving good quality images, and it was somehow not working for me. And then I thought, what to do now? I thought that we need something which is cheaper in such a way that even if it breaks, it will not give you a massive infarct. It will give you a mild angina. I thought of illumination. I had already worked on the illumination, and I felt that I need something which will capture good images and which will, and a light which will converge on the cervix. But then I was not sure what to do. I had a concept in my mind. I had a certain design in my mind. So I went to my father and I explained him what I am expecting and what I want to make. At that time, my father was with us. He asked me for the circuit, and these are the 3 circuits I knew: the Bell, the Ben, and the Munna Bhai ka circuit. But then luckily certain angels introduced me to Dr. Amol Kadu and Mr. Manish Karandikar of Embedded Creations. We conceptualized the design, we made 3D designs, and we gave it for the first, what you are seeing is the first generation Syndicolpo. And this was made with a 3D printer. And we made a software, we made a darkroom, and we made a light source. And this all was integrated together. And our first generation colposcope was made. We did a trial on certain patients, and we noticed that this device is ergonomically not correct. It was causing the hyperextension of the wrist joint, and it was also a bit heavy. So we thought we will go for some other design, and we again did the remodeling and redesigning, and we came up with our second generation Syndicolpo. We designed it, we finalized it, we applied for the patent, and in February 2021, the patent got published in the IP journal. And we had FER for that, we responded to that, and we are likely to get our certification soon. So this time, we first did a trial on mannequin. What you are seeing on the screen is a handmade mannequin. We took help of our dentist friend who did not hesitate to provide that alginate with which we made the cervix and this model. After that, we tried this device on the patients, and we got very beneficial results. We compared the standard colposcope and this colposcope, the images. We compared the histopathology report, that is the gold standard for diagnosing, and we finalized this device. Yes, this device is portable. It is non-invasive. It does have a dark room. It is rechargeable. That means it doesn't require constant supply of electricity, and that it can be used anywhere, wherever there is a problem with electricity, like many a times in the camps, in PSCs and rural hospitals. We have used the glare subtraction method for a very glare-free images. Cost-wise, it is 1/10 of all the devices which are available in the market. It is user-friendly. Even an auxiliary nurse midwife would be able to use it. It has an inbuilt software which is password protected, which can manage the patient data, which can generate the report, which can capture good quality images with green filter, which is low on maintenance. Because it is made in India, it is low on maintenance. All the things are available easily for if any part breaks. And this is my concept, made in India, for the Indian women and by an Indian. So this is the second generation 3D printed device, the prototype that we have made. And the image that you can see is prior to the glare subtraction. And this is how it generates the report in the PDF format. Another patient, the image which is before the glare subtraction and after glare subtraction. And this is the device that I present to you. And I dedicate this device to Bhute Madam. That is why it is named Syndicolpo, for her immense work for past 50 years that she has done. I also dedicate this device to my father, who's not here with us today, but I hope he's blessing me. This is what I have for you. I seek blessings of dignitaries and guidance from you all for my venture and for my cause. I believe true prevention is not wanting for bad things to happen. It's preventing things from happening in the first place. Thank you all for your patient listening.
Thank you, Dr. Anupama. Your dedication comes through to all of us. You have been a motivation to all of us now.